Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Ginny Massie, Balanced Body Pilates educator, and this is the video part 2 of how to increase your teaching skills. So let's get to it. In the previous video, I had some questions for you to answer. So I'm hoping that you went through part 1 to check in with yourself to find out where do you feel you are lacking in your confidence in your teaching skills, because that is going to help give you information on how to propel yourself forward into your teaching skills and getting the most that you can out of these next few videos in the series. So today is part 2 of the video series, and today we're going to be talking about the easiest way to plan your classes. Now, this can be for your group classes or for your private sessions or duets. When I say classes, I don't necessarily mean teaching a group, though it can be. I mean planning out what you're going to teach in general. So, if you're watching this video, most likely you have certain feelings towards planning your classes. You could possibly be feeling frustrated with planning your classes. You might even be feeling uncertain in planning your classes, or maybe your class planning is just taking way too long to prepare than you'd like. Any of those reasons, you are here in the right place today. And what you need is a really quick and easy way to think about class programming. You could say you need a recipe, so to speak. So today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my dear secrets that I teach to my teacher clients inside my program, Class Design Superstar. It's one of the first things that I teach Pilates teachers, whether it's in teacher training or in my course, Class Design Superstar. The very first way, the best first way to think of planning your classes is to plan them out by body position. So you might be saying, what do you mean by body position? So just to be very clear, the many different body positions that you can choose from for your exercises. These are standing, sitting, supine, prone, all fours, and side lying. So all of those, whichever way you want to face the fingers, all of those are your body positions. So what do you do with these body positions? How do you create a recipe? So I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not a cook and I'm not a baker, though I can follow a recipe. But those who are really great cooks and really great bakers know that there are basic ingredients to every recipe that you build off of. And that's what I'm relaying this to in Pilates. So as a baker or a cook in the kitchen, I'm pretty good at just following a recipe. But in the Pilates world, if you're just learning or just getting comfortable with class planning, or you're taking way too long with class planning and need a recipe, let's create a recipe here for you today that can be your base knowledge, so that way you don't have to spend so much time in your class planning, or so that way you don't have to feel uncertain about what to include in your class plan. So you're going to grab a piece of paper or pull up a document on your computer, and you're going to write down all of those body positions or type them down: standing, sitting, supine, prone, all fours, and side lying. Now, they do not have to be in this order, and you don't have to have just one of each, but you want all of them in there at some point, unless your studio says that that is not an acceptable position for that type of class. So every studio has their own rules about what to include or not to include in certain classes. So just make sure that you're following the instructions of where you work if you work for somebody else. If you're self-employed, try to get in all of these positions. And this is for both mat and reformer, as well as all of the other apparatus. Think about all of these as your base starting positions. Write those down. Then you get to lay out the order of these body positions. Maybe you start in standing, maybe you start in supine. You know, on the reformer, we start in footwork. That's supine, right? So what you want to do is lay out these these body positions, and then start filling in your exercises. Now, not a whole lot, because that's already 6 different body positions. And if you repeat a body position a couple of different times, then you're looking at 7, 8, 9, or 10 different body positions in one class. You're going to then filter in, layer in your exercises within each body position. And now this is your recipe. This is your recipe for success. You're going to know that you got in one of the main ingredients of having a well-rounded workout, and that is creating this experience for your clients with all of these different body positions. Because if any of you have been to a class, I know I have, where you spend way too much time in one body position, by the time you're done, it's not as fulfilling. It's not as satisfying of an experience. And unfortunately, this can happen way too often in our reformer classes. When we start in supine with footwork, and then we do a whole series of supine work, then we can end up spending 20 to 25 minutes on the back. And that's really just, it doesn't feel good in the body in the longs and in the big grand scheme of things, right? So make sure that you are changing the body positions frequently enough, but not so frequently that it feels like you're going a little haywire, up, down, side, back, forth. We don't want that either. So think of your body positions as the main ingredient in your recipe, and then you're going to fill in the information. You're going to add in everything else that you know about creating a well-balanced workout. And then you're going to be able to create a class plan so much more quickly and with so much more confidence that it will deliver for your clients. Because I bet if you struggle with class planning, it has more to do with what's going to happen on the other side when you actually deliver the class plan. Are the clients going to get what they need? We also want to make sure that they're not hurt or injured, or that we're advancing them as much as we can for their current ability. All of these things have to be taken into account. Yes, but when you can take one thing off of the list and you plan your classes by body position, it's going to give you so much more freedom to think about those other components and not have to think about that one. I hope that makes sense for you. So start your base recipe with body positions. Now, in my program, Class Design Superstar, I teach several different ways of designing class plans, because that's not the only way. There are so many different ways to think about class programming, all so that my clients can really find their true voice as an instructor and teach classes that feel authentic to their teaching style. And this can be for you too. And when I teach this particular method in my course, the body positions recipe, I give preset templates, so that way you don't even have to think about what order to put these body positions in. You have a template to work from. So that way, all you have to do is figure out how to find the flow within the template, so that not only is it a balanced workout, it never feels choppy, and the clients can really feel the energy flow from start to finish. Now, I have one more thing to share with you. My newest client, who just joined Class Design Superstar this month, her name is Julia, and Julia finished Module 1 with this class plan technique, and she started implementing it right away. And Julia already felt fairly comfortable with her delivery, but it was her class planning and getting it down to a T where she wasn't spending so much time. And with her first class plan that she created with these templates, and then the flow techniques that I taught her to incorporate within the templates, she already had immediately huge success with her clients. They started coming up to her after class with comments even more so than usual, saying how much they loved the class, how much more they got out of the class. And that was really great. They gave her so much more feedback, and that is what I'm hoping for you as well. So if you want even more support in your class planning, I invite you to check out my program, Class Design Superstar. That link will be in the comments. And if it feels aligned for you to join us this month, I just have 3 spots available right now to join in this program. So you'll want to hop in soon. And of course, if you have any questions about the course or about the program, please send me a direct message and I'll get back to you personally. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week for part 3 of our series on how to increase confidence in your teaching skills. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.